Hey everyone out there. Just wanted to address the current state of the SAT, ACT exams as we go into the first week of May. A lot of changes since we've last spoken and since we last did our video. As of today, April 28th, SAT is scheduled to take place on August 29th. That will be the next day and the next test available in schools across the country. So the SAT College Board has now shifted that test to August 29th. That's the earliest any student can currently take the test. And at that point, then it will be offered every month after that August test, according to the College Board. Now, in the event that schools do not reopen this fall, the College Board will provide, and it's going to start implementing, a digital SAT for home use. And for someone who's been in the industry for so long, this is very exciting. A lot of pros and cons to think about here. Now, the College Board just released this statement in April, and this is a game changer. This brings a whole new host of issues now to preparing for the test. And I think some of them, as I said, are positive, actually, and some of them are negative. And the first question we have to tackle right away that probably most students, most parents, and probably educators are thinking about in the College Board themselves are, how are we going to prevent cheating? Other than saying that the test will be, quote, secure and fair. So again, I'm sure the College Board is doing an exhaustive search with R&D at this point to come up with some sort of software, cameraware, spyware, cyber security measures to be taken to implement the highest means of security and the integrity of the test too, to keep that maintained. But this is an unknown. The test hasn't been administered yet online, so we don't know. This is what's coming. Now, we've seen in the past a cheating scam come out of, interestingly enough, China in the past with the SAT. This has all been documented. And we're going to see what preventive measures the College Board can now take after already having firsthand incident with cheating. But now the cheating could be done possibly virtually with home testing. So big question is here, how are we going to keep the integrity of the test while Joe Smith or Mary Jane is taking the test in her PJs, which is a possibility. I don't know if we're going to implement a dress code while we're taking a virtual test. So I'm sure there will be some students rolling out of bed and just taking the SAT. Now, I would love to hear everyone's comments about this in regard to the direction the test is taking and how we feel about this. Now, the home test will be just like the pencil paper test, just replicated as an electronic version now. And one of the pros I see with this type of test is it provides students, especially with severe test anxiety, of taking a test of this magnitude in the comforts of their own home to alleviate a lot of that test anxiety and stress of going to the testing center, of going to a school with scores of students with the clock and the proctor and getting up early, and all of that now is different. This is now real life virtual tutoring, and that's what the test will become. So we want to simulate an environment for the test that's coming. And eventually it looks like it's going in this direction. Some interesting numbers to mull over, everyone out there, is last year, over 2 million students sat for the SAT in 2019. So if we look at this from a business perspective, think about it. I can now take an SAT test in the luxury and comforts of my own home without even have to leave my home. I think that's going to increase the number of test takers, because it really allows students now the comfort of, you know what, it's almost like a take-home test. Now, again, a lot of ethical issues going on here too. We still have to explore down the road. But from a business perspective, I really think this is going to be interesting in regard to how many students wind up actually taking the test once it goes virtual. So what do we know? We know that the class of 2020 is test optional. But now that the test is so easy to take, as I said, is this going to increase the number of test takers? And that's the big question. Because remote SAT is uncharted. This has never been done before. So there is no precedent. We have no template for this. So I've been getting a lot of inquiries, emails, texts from concerned parents, understandably, regarding this format if it goes digital and what it's going to look like down the road and the direction. So ACT is going to follow suit. It's going to probably offer its June and July tests, and it says it as of today that it's still available in June to take the test, register by May. But eventually, we're going to see now a makeup test coming along the way for June and July. And then, in addition, we're going to see these 3 previously planned fall ACT tests that are always scheduled in September, October, and December, that they're going to offer these remotely as an option in late fall, early winter. That's what the ACT has posted on their website. They have not given a definitive month as to when they're going to implement and make the transition to virtual remote proctoring. So eventually students are going to take this test at home on a computer, just like the SAT. And they're going to launch this. When? We don't know. But it's going in the same direction. So I don't think the ACT is ready to make the decision today. But what's important is that if we're part of the class of 2020, we know that there's a high percentage at this point we're going to wind up taking this test probably virtually somewhere, some way down the road. And maybe it's not this class, but maybe it's the freshman class. But eventually, we have to expect this happening. Please feel free to contact me, and I'll keep posting videos. Stay safe and healthy, everybody.